Look at that lovely lady. How good she is at cards. Now, to her husband, she deals her heart, but to the others, she offers the hard heat of her diamond. How easy it is for you women to make us fall in love with a lie.
But you know me, don't you, Danton? You know that I wouldn't lie to you.
I know that I have touched you many times. Tried to rub through your skin and reach into you. But still our skin is so thick, and in the end we are as lonely as ever.
Danton.
And what do we mean by knowing? You have beautiful dark eyes, lovely hair. And you love to call me Dear George. But here, what goes on here? In order to really know, I have to break into your skull and catch your living thoughts with my teeth.
So what do you really know about me, Danton?
I know that I love you like the grave.
Oh, what a nice thing to say.
But there is peace there, Julie. And when I lie with you, I lie in peace beneath the earth. Your lips, my morning bells. Your voice, my final song. And your heart, my
What's that looks, my friends? Did it rain this morning at the guillotine, or perhaps you got stuck with rotten seats and you couldn't see a thing?
Tell me more of today.
Yeah. They would like to drive us back to the Stone Age. The Saint-Just would love to see us crawling around on all fours, drooling at the mouth like idiots.
How much longer must we behave like newborn children, covered with blood and rage, with coffins for cradles, playing ball with human heads?
Yes, we must get over the revolution and get ready to launch the Republic. And let each man have his own view and pursue pleasure in his own way, as long as he does no harm to others. We're all fools when you get right down to it. We have no right to force our follies upon others.
Let the Constitution be a transparent veil, clinging close to the body of the people. Let the body be ugly or beautiful, but let it be seen for what it really is. Anyone caught throwing a nun's veils across its naked shoulders will not be forgiven. We want our gods to be naked and our goddesses free and easy with themselves. Let them sing of wicked love that sets the body free. We will not prevent Robespierre and his virtuous friends from cooking their carrots in a rusty pot, but we shall let them know that there'll be no more gladiatorial games. Danton!
What?
You must lead the attack at the next convention.
Must. I must. You must. He must. If we manage to live that long. For an hour, dear friends, we'll all be 60 minutes closer to our graves.
I believe that's quite obvious to us all, Danton.
Maybe. But what's not so obvious to me is who's going to put your lovely theories into practice.
We are. And anyone else possessing decency.
That's a pretty big and, don't you think, Camille? Possibly separating us from the rest of the world.
If that's what you think, then why did you start this struggle in the first place?
Because I couldn't stand the smugness of those little Catos strutting around. I wanted to boot them in their fat asses. I wanted to make their teeth rattle. Can't help it. That's the way I'm made.
Are you leaving, Danton?
Yes. Yes. Their incessant talk of politics is starting to depress me. But first, a little prophecy. Our Statue of Liberty has not yet been cast. The great furnace is still roaring. There is time enough to burn our hat. What did I say?
The bloody Messiah, Robespierre, stands at his cavalry between two murderers, Couthon and Calotte. But he, however, will not be the one being sacrificed.
You sickening old hag! You filthy, creepy, poisonous, worm-eaten apple of sin! I'll finish you this time, I swear! Hands off me! I'm gonna make this whore skeleton dance her last dance! Why do you wanna hurt her? She's a whore! And she's turned our daughter into a whore!
He wouldn't have a pair of pants to put on if the young gentleman didn't take theirs off for her.
Give me a knife so I can split this worm-eaten fruit to the core!
He's a good enough man until the booze gets him, but please don't give him a knife.
Anyway, it's her hunger that sets her whoring and begging!
Use your knives on the rich, who whore with the daughters of the people.
They've sucked the very blood from our veins.
Wipe them out.
They told us that the aristos were wolves, so we hung them. They told us the politicians were pigs, so we guillotined them. But look at us now, we are freezing and starving, we're in worse shape than ever.
Use the fat in their ashes to grease our skillets! Death to all who read and write! Death to all!
Look at Aristo! Get him over here!
Oh, he's got a handkerchief.
Oh, so he doesn't blow his nose with his fingers!
That's all the evidence I have.
Please, some mercy!
Oh, so you receive all the mercy you'll ever need.
Poison for the lamp! All right! You can do what you have to do, but I doubt if hanging me is going to cast any light on your situation.
Wait, that was because we were hanging from the lamp. Oh, the lamp! Guys, let's let him go.
Yeah! Get out of here!
What is this?
Citizens.
What have you given us? The few drops of bloodshed in September have only rouged our cheeks a bit. The guillotine is too slow. What we need now is a hailstorm. Our children are hungry. Let us feed them aristocratic flesh.
Oh, in the name of the law.
What is the law?
The will of the people.
Well, we are the people. And what do we want? No more law! Our will is the law. Thus, in the name of the law, there is no law.
Oh, poor and virtuous people. You reveal yourselves amidst lightning and thunderclaps. Your blows are powerful. Your enemies, they tremble. But you must not lose yourselves. In your own rage, you must not murder your own bodies. You must let the eyes of your legislators guide and protect you, for your well-being is sacred to us. Now follow me to the Jacobin Club. Your brothers will open their arms to you, and we shall hold fierce judgment over our enemies. On to the assembly!
Long live Robespierre!
They're feeling safe again, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Those fine fellows with their cultured voices and their fancy clothes, taking their coaches to the theater each night, saying clever things like, why not have Marat and Charlier guillotined in effigy so that they can be martyrs twice?
Oh, clever.
And their heads seem a little too firmly attached to their shoulders, I say, huh? What mercy is the murderer of the revolution. A coward is ready to die for the republic. A revolutionary kills for her. If we start to lose the spirit of the 10th of August, of the 1st of May, of the great blood-crimson days of September, I myself will follow Galliard's example and plunge Cato's knife into this heart of mine.
They're as good as dead! Their tongues have guillotine them!
Excuse me. Let us tear off the masks that conceal the voices that air such thoughts. But let us be calm. For the committee's approach must always be logical, precise, and surgical to the extreme. And in the end, you will see that the marble busts of the revolutionary saints have, like Medusa's head, the power to turn a traitor to stone.
All right!
I demand to be heard.
Living speaks, an incorruptible man.
We waited for this cry of outrage before we spoke. Our eyes were open to the enemy, but we waited for the people to act, to draw their sword, and now we too join them, sword in hand, our enemies wounded and defenseless, as good as dead before us. But it goes on. Oh, those closest to us have done the most to harm and discredit us. They who have donned the grotesque mask of fanaticism have attacked the true patriots of the Republic, depriving us of some of our strongest allies. There is another faction, still yet to be annihilated. The very opposite of the first, and their war cry is mercy. For they would strip the people of their power, of their weapons, and hand them over naked and defenseless to be toyed with and destroyed by the kings. Always remember, the weapon of the Republic is terror, and the strength of the Republic is virtue. Virtue, because without virtue, terror is destructive, and terror, because without terror, my friends, virtue is powerless. They say that terror is the weapon of despotism, and those who wield it become despots. Yes, they are right, but only in the sense that there are swords in the hands of the tyrants, as well as swords in the hands of the heroes fighting for freedom. Oh, and we must not be afraid to be tyrannical in our destruction of those who would destroy our freedom. In this sense, my friend, we are all tyrants. Pardon the royalists. Mercy for the criminals. No. Mercy for the weak. Mercy for the unfortunate. And mercy for the innocent. Yes. For the oppressors of mankind, my friends. Punishing them is the only true mercy. And forgiving them is utterly and unforgivably barbarous. Not content with disarming our citizens, they are now trying to poison the pure sources of the Republic's strength with their filthy vices. This is not just a moral crime, but an assault on the very foundation of liberty itself. Vice is the aristocrat's mark of Cain, and the libertine the sworn enemy of the state, and the greater his reputation in serving the state, the more deadly the menace of his actions. Think of the type of a shoddy little man who once lived in a broken down attic and is now driving around in carriages, fornicating with marquises and baronesses, giving and going to fabulous feasts, marrying rich wives. Have they robbed the people or shaken the golden hands of kings? I ask you, these pimps, these robbers, these rotting tribunes of the people now lost in the labyrinth of flesh, parading the corrupt values of the old court before us. There will never be a truce or treaty for these men. Those foul bodies trying to dampen the fire of the revolution with their lascivious sweat. No matter who they are, no matter how they plead, and no matter how adroit their philosophies. Now go back to Lyon and tell your comrades that the sword of law is not rusting in the hands of those to whom you entrusted it. And soon, my friends, we shall set the Republic a great example.
Long live Robespierre! Long live the Republic! Robespierre! 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 Yeah! This assembly is adjourned! Be careful, Alexandra. The flashing blade of your outbursts. It may reap a larger harvest than you intend.
Some dandies and fashionable whores, that's all I was after.
I'm afraid you've become suicidal, my friend. Like a dark shadow, stalking, hoping to eventually assassinate its original.
Oh, I'm afraid that I've lost you.
The atheists and the extremists have been exterminated, and this people's lot is as wretched as ever. And they're running around them, screaming for the skin of aristos to make their shoes with. Robespierre realizes that the guillotine is a thermometer that he can't allow to cool
So
down.
what have I got to do with that?
Well, congratulations. You've made the counter-revolution official, Legendre, brought it to the attention of the world. These people are a minotaur, you see, demanding more. And then more. Corpses to savage.
But where's Danton?
He's creating his Venus de Milo, as he puts it, piece by piece. With the help of his whores at the Palais Court.
Come here.
No. Leave me alone. I want to tell you a story.
I was hoping you would put your lips to better use.
Let me alone. This is important. My mother was a good woman who thought that chastity was the greatest virtue. When visitors came to the house and sometimes strayed from proper conversation, she'd immediately send me out of the room. When she gave me a book, there were always certain pages torn out of it. But the Bible was left intact in all its holiness. And I'd sometimes come across things that disturbed and excited me. But there was nobody I could talk to about it. So I had to keep it to myself, brooding and worrying alone. And then, one day, spring came. Something was happening all around me that I had no share in. I was trapped in a stifling atmosphere all my own. One day, I looked at my body and there were two of me. And then I melted back into one again. There was this young man who came to visit us. He was very good looking. He sometimes said crazy things. I didn't understand him, but he made me laugh. We would sit side by side in two chairs. And one day, I thought, why not side by side in two sheets? I found I enjoyed this activity much more than conversation. So we did it secretly, again and again. It was a lovely thing, like the rhythms of the tide rising and falling. But something happened to me. I changed, became like the sea somehow. A great tide was now alive inside me, and it seemed to want to drag everything down, deeper and deeper. To possess the bodies of all the men in the world is what I hoped for. there was nothing I could do about it, you see, because that was how I was made. And then, one day, he realized. He began to kiss me, as if he wanted to choke me. His arms around me, squeezing harder and harder. I was frightened. And then he let me go. And said that he had almost done something silly. Enjoy your pretty dress, he said, because soon enough it'll turn into a rag. And then he went away. And I really didn't understand what he was talking about. Oh, that evening, I was sitting by the window. Oh, great waves of the sunset were flowing over me. I saw a crowd of people down on the street, children running in front of them, and then I saw him being carried along in a basket. The light was shining on his pale, handsome face. His hair was streaming. He had drowned himself. I started to cry. That was the only time my life ever came to a halt. Weekdays, Sundays, holidays mean nothing to me. There is no break in my time. I am always one thing, unbroken longing. A river, a flame. Whatever gives you pleasure. Christ, flowers, children's books, it's all the same. The more pleasure you get, the more you say your prayers.
Why can I never quite hold your beauty? Never quite possess you?
Because your lips have eyes, Danton.
Danton!
What? Any news from the Jacobins?
Yes, the people of Lyon are talking of pulling their togas tight to commit suicide.
And what of Robespierre?
He talks of virtue ruling by fear. I felt a sudden razor-like twinge in my neck when he said that. Then Fouquier, he was screaming like a lunatic to tear off the mask.
Oh, do that, and I'm afraid the faces will come up with them. The revolution is like Saturn. It's begun to eat its own children.
Robespierre's looking for a trophy. One heavy head.
No, they wouldn't dare.
Oh, you're a great dead saint, Danton. An embalmed colossus, and this revolution doesn't much care for relics. And the bones of kings are laying around in the gutters. The statues have come down in churches. You really think they're going to leave you standing?
My name, the people.
Your name. We're moderates, Danton. Face it, you and I, Camille, Philippot, and Herold. And according to the people, moderation and weakness are spelled the same.
Oh, the people are like children, forever breaking things open to see what's inside.
And we're decadents, too. According to Robespierre. And that is to say that we enjoy ourselves, because the people, of course, can't do that. When their bodies are too dull and dead from work, they haven't got an extra cent left in their pockets for drink. And the whores, they flee in droves, in horror of their stinking breath.
Still, they never had any courage without me. Where are they going to find the courage to go against me?
Something has to be done.
That remains to be seen.
All too clearly, when everything is lost,
Your lips have grown cold. All this talk has spoiled your kissing.
I will go to Robespierre tomorrow. I'll get him angry. I'll make him talk and find out the truth.
Okay, good night, my friend. I'll leave you now to be guillotined by a lady's thighs.
I tell you, anyone who stops my hand when I draw my sword, no matter what his intentions are, is my enemy.
There is a point where self-defense stops and murder begins. I see no reason for further bloodletting.
Hey, the social revolution is incomplete. And as you well know, making half a revolution is a sure way to dig one's own grave. The old ruling class has not yet been annihilated. Vice must be punished, and virtue rule through terror.
Make me sick, Robespierre. You and your incessant virtue. You take no bribes, run up no debts. You've never slept with a woman in your entire life, and you're always stone sober. Virtuous and erect in your worn but decent coat. Aren't you sick of that self-righteous expression stuck on your face? You have lived between heaven and hell for 30 years, Robespierre, and for what reason? Simply for the perverse pleasure of finding other people worse than yourself. Isn't there something in you?
My conscience is clean.
Conscience? Conscience is a mirror that monkeys and fools enjoy tormenting themselves in front of. The truth is, we all like to outfit ourselves in fine morals and then go to town looking for what we really want. What gives you the right to turn the guillotine into a wash tub? To scrub people's clothes with their severed heads? Maybe you see yourself as God's specially anointed deputy. Is that your secret, Robespierre?
Do you deny the existence of virtue, Don?
Yes. And vice also. All men are Epicureans, whatever the case may be. Some crude, and some refined. Christ was the finest of all.
Well, in some cases, danton, immorality can be construed as high treason.
But without it, where would you be? You need the contrast to keep going, to feel effective. To use your own words, we must never strike down the innocent along with the guilty. And you, my friend, find yourself superbly gifted at pointing out the guilty. Isn't that true, Robespierre?
And as everyone knows, no innocent has yet been condemned.
Of course, Robespierre. Be it as thou wilt. No innocent man has yet been murdered in France. I must be off. Declaring my innocence to all I may encounter.
Yes. Go. Go. Things that you'll be able to rein in the wild horses of the revolution at the nearest brothel. As if you were a coachman and they docile hacks. But their fiery strength will drag him to the foot of the guillotine. I can hear them now. His enormous figure threw too great of a shadow on me that I was driven to drive him from the light, that I was... But would they be right? Would they? No. No. It is for the safety of the Republic that I act. It is bizarre how my thoughts have begun spying on each other. A man standing still amidst a crowd rushing forward is as much as an obstacle as if he were to approach it directly, and the result is that he is trodden down, trampled. It is a natural process, his destruction. Get rid of all those who have stripped the clothes from dead aristocrats, laying themselves open to their filthy diseases. But somehow, virtue he laughs at it. Conscience, he says. A mirror in front of which monkeys contort themselves. That man is in my mind, pointing a bloody finger at me. And no matter how hard I try to wrap it in a bandage, the blood still seeps through. Night slithers over the earth, luring us into desolate sleep. Thoughts and desires, scarcely imagined, now come forth like dead reborn in this house of dreams. Desires made of flesh, their breath upon our necks. And in our awakened state, are we anything more than dream walkers, pretending to be awake and functioning in the light? The mind explodes! Accomplishing more in a single hour than the sluggish body can in a year. Oh. And there, amidst it all, buried within the deep fabric of thought, sin waits patiently. And whether the body embraces it, allowing it to grow into fact, is purely a matter of chance. Who's that in the dark? I need a light.
You'll know me by my voice.
Ah, it's you, Saint-Just.
Are you alone?
Danton just left.
Ran into him on the Palais Royal, talking in epigrams and fraternizing with the whores in the Sainte Culotte. The whole crowd hanging on his every word. We cannot afford to lose the initiative, Robespierre. If you refuse to help us, we will act with that.
What are your plans?
We shall bring together the Legislative Assembly, the Committee of Safety, and the Council of Public Guidance.
All that machinery.
This great corpse must be buried with dignity. We are priests, not assassins.
Well, you must try and speak clearly.
We will inter him in full armor, slaughter his horses and slaves on the burial mound. LaCroix.
Another counter-revolutionary, an outright criminal, former lawyer's clerk, now Lieutenant General of France. Good riddance.
Harold Seychelles.
A handsome head for our law.
Filippo Camille.
Camille? Him too?
It was my reaction also, but here, you must read this.
Flavio Cordelia. Is that all? This is just child's play, so he made fun of you too, I imagine.
Here. Here, read this.
The bloody Messiah Robespierre stands on his cavalry
Between two murderers, Couthon and Calotte. But he, of course, will not be sacrificed. He is too in love with sacrificing others, it seems. Around him, in poses of adoration, stand the sacred sisters of the guillotine, like the Holy Marys themselves. And, to complete the picture, Saint-Just lays his head upon his master's breast, like John the Apostle about to receive the revelations of Christ. This, Robespierre, is a perverse widow who's already buried half a dozen husbands. His immaculate frock coat is turning out to be France's winding sheet. His twitching white fingers, the knives of the guillotine. The visions of death is his only real gift. He can look into a man's face and see the cadaver he'll become in 6 months. And, like a wretched old hag, his favorite perfume is the fragrance of a putrefying corpse.
Camille. You too. Only the dead cannot savage. Have you prepared the indictment?
You spoke with first of the jack of yourself.
I wanted to frighten them.
And I just want to fatten them a bit, feed them a meal of rich indictments, and they'll choke royally under that promise.
We'll do it tomorrow. But quickly, quickly, no long death agonies. I'm afraid I may be growing somewhat sensitive. blood-soaked Messiah, always sacrificing others but never himself. He suffers the ecstasy of pain, and I the pain of the executioner. He redeems them with his blood. The redemption I offer comes through their own. Who took the greatest loss upon himself? He or I? These speculations are quite maddening, really. But why do we always look at that man? For the Son of Man is truly crucified within us all, and each of us condemned to his own Gethsemane, wrestling with blood-soaked agonies in his dark garden. But unlike him, we cannot redeem another through our wounds. Unlike him, who can heal? They are all going from me. The world emptied, the voided eye of an imbecile. I'm alone.
Quick, Dawson, there's no time to waste.
And yet, how time wastes us. How tedious it all is, getting dressed and undressed at least twice a day. One arm and one leg, and then on the other side, unbelievable, another arm and another leg. You see, we're split in two. We have to do everything twice. How truly sad and depressing it all is.
You're talking childishly, Doctor.
And the dying frequently do.
So give vent to your anger, Danton. If you don't want to think of yourself, think of your friends. Don't talk of daggers. Invoke Brutus. Cry out to the valleys and to the mountains, but for God's sake, don't let us die, disarmed and humiliated.
Once, you called me a dead saint. You were more justified than you thought. I spoke with some of the section leaders, and they view me with the professionalism and respect of a group of undertakers.
So why did you let it come to this?
I suppose I became bored. Same coat, same dreary expression. Pluck my strings and you'll hear the same note over and over again. I wanted to relax, stretch out my bones. And now the revolution is going to give me peace. Not quite the kind I'd hoped for. You see, we didn't make the revolution, it made us. And when all is said and done, I'd rather be guillotined than guillotined. The fury of men begins to disgust me. We should be able to sit in peace with one another. There has been some awful error in our creation. Some nameless element is missing, but we won't find it breaking each other's bodies open and tearing wildly through one another's guts. As alchemy, it is a pitiable display.
Or grandly put, how long must humanity in its eternal hunger continue to devour its own flesh? Or how long must this marooned crew quench its bottomless thirst with the blood of its brothers?
Yes, you are a powerful echo.
So then you leave France to be ruled by her executioner?
Oh, what difference does it make? People always find a way to manage. They may be oppressed, but at least they're not bored. What does it matter if one dies at the guillotine, or through old age, or fever? Still, there is something to be said about leaving the stage with a fine gesture and hearing the applause. Even though the stage blood has suddenly become painfully real, and life somehow just isn't worth the sweat and strain necessary to preserve it.
Escape then, Danton! Escape!
I can take my country with me on the soles of my shoes. This, I believe, is the main point. They will not dare. Goodbye, friends. They will not dare.
it's got a great Babylonian tower, a mass of arches and steps and passages. And, in the end, they blow it up. Right before your eyes. It's amazing. It's dizzying, really. What's the matter? Nothing, really. Could you just give me your hand? This puddle here, it could be dangerous.
Oh, don't tell me you were afraid of it.
Oh, yes. You see, I've always felt that the earth is only a very thin layer. A cheap veneer, really. I'm always afraid of holes lying in one's path. One must learn to walk quite carefully. But you really must see that new play. It's an eye-opener, really. They can see the strings being pulled, but are condemned to call it truth. I mean, all you need to do to succeed these days is to deck out some pathetic puppet in coat and trousers, hands and feet, stick a couple of two-bit aphorisms or shop-worn idealistic cliches into its mouth, and people are ready to fall down and worship it as art. But take them out on the street and show them reality. They turn away in disgust, horror, really. It's the glittering, surging creation forever being born anew inside them and around them that they really live in terror of. Oh, it seems the Lord God of creation is not a refined enough artist for their taste.
Or they exploit it. Like David. When they tossed the newly massacred bodies of September out into the street, he stood there, calmly, cold-bloodedly sketching. I'm capturing the last spasms of these bastards, he said.
Don't you? So, what do you say, Lucille?
I just like watching you talk, that's all.
Yes, but do you hear what I said?
Of course. No, not really.
The Committee of Public Safety has just ordered my arrest. I've been offered a place to hide. But if they really want my head, why not just let them have it? I'm sick of the bungled mess. It is far easier to die with courage than to continue living like this.
Danton, there's still time.
I never actually thought they would do
It's your damned laziness, Danton.
Finding it very stifling in here.
Where are you going? For a walk.
From here.
Nice walk.
Look at me. The world's so rich, so alive with things. Why would they want to take someone's head?
There's no need to worry, Lucille. I spoke to Robespierre yesterday. Things are a bit tense between us. Our points of view are a bit different, but we're still friends. You see, we sat on the same school bench together. He was always the lonely, gloomy one, but I sought him out. I knew how to make him laugh. I have to go.
No, wait. Come to me. Now go. That's all right. cruel times. I'm afraid there's no way out. We just have to sit quietly or something. Apart. Whoever thought we would be torn apart? What made me say that? Just came into my head. He was leaving, and I thought he'll just go further and further away from me, forever disappear. Look, this room's so bare, so empty. The windows are open as if a corpse was being dressed. I can't stand it here any longer.
I won't go on anymore. Crashing about, cart beating and panting, disturbing all this. Stillness. They say that there is an illness that causes you to lose your memory. Death may be something like that. But I hope it does more. Wipes it out. Everything. Totally out. My memories are my sworn enemy. If I were Christian enough, I might want to save them. But I'm not. With some luck, the grave will kill memory. But back in Paris, memory is killing me. It's interesting, flirting with death. Rather erotic and amusing. Ogling her from a distance. Somehow it all just makes me laugh. Too healthy, really. My sense of permanence tells me that the day after tomorrow will be just the same as today. And on and on. They're just trying to frighten me. They wouldn't dare. September!
Why are you shouting like that?
I don't know.
Talking about sins and then you cried out September.
I thought I was just thinking. I thought they were just quiet, secret thoughts.
Trembling, Danton.
Oh, my body seems to be going to pieces. My thoughts running wild, speaking unbidden through my lips. It's all very strange. Nobody wants his thoughts crying out loud like newborn children. I'd rather kill them first.
Oh, dear God, keep him in his right mind. You know who I am, George.
The earth has 5 continents. Twice 2 is 4. You said I was raving about September, did you?
Yes, Danton.
I went to the window, and it was all quiet and dark and still. And suddenly, there was this crying out and howling and shrieking in the street. September.
It's all right. We're just dreaming.
Yes. But the globe of the earth writhed between my legs, a wild horse. I tried so hard to control it, grabbing its mane with giant arms, digging my knees into its ribs. My head turned aside and my hair streaming, hurtling above the abyss. That's when I woke up. That's when I woke up and screamed out that terrible word, Billy. Help me. I feel shot through the brain. Terrible, bloody hands are coming for me. September. Tell me what it is. What happened then?
Kings of Europe were within 40 miles of Paris. The fortress had fallen. The aristocrats were in the city. The Republic was lost.
Yes. We couldn't leave the enemy at our back. It would have been madness.
It wasn't murder. It was civil war.
People died horribly. I didn't give the order, but maybe I could have stopped it.
It wasn't murder. You saved the country.
Yes. Self-defense. I helped save this country. The man on the cross once said, "It must needs be that offense come, but woe to that man by whom the offense cometh, that must." That must was mine. It fell upon, found something in me that attracted it. What is it inside us that whores, lies, steals, murders? We're puppets, being manipulated by unknown powers. We are nothing at all in ourselves. But we are the swords that the spirits fight with. Like in fairy tales. Nobody can see them. The hands of the demons and of the gods manipulating us. I feel better now.
Good, my love.
Yes. Much better. Come to bed, Julie.
Quickly.
Will the slaughter of deputies never end? Who is safe if Danton falls? Have we all become assassins, stalking each other, murderous shadows severed from the body of the revolution? Has the pure steel of terror replaced the purity of our ideas? Look around you, my friends. Your brother turns away from you in horror, for he sees the eyes are burning in your skull.
The session is open.
Last night, 4 members of the National Convention were arrested. Danton was one of them. I demand that they be heard here, in the convention. I hold Danton to be as innocent as myself. And I dare any of you to bring an accusation against me. I feel strongly that because of private hatreds and interests, liberty may be denied. Some of her greatest men in 1792, Danton saved France by virtue of his great energy and initiative, and now we must allow him to speak in his own defense if he is charged with high treason.
Legendre. Legendre does not name the other men arrested, though he knows quite well who they are.
Yeah, he does.
He names only Danton because he thinks that there are some special privileges attached to this name. Well, we want no special privileges here. We want no false gods here. What stops us speaking about Danton? Beware the lies that these men utter, whispering about the misuse of power, about the despotism of the committee. They come to us trembling with fear, as if fear itself was a mark of some great truth. Well, it is not, for I say that he who trembles before the trust and the vigilance of the people trembles not with innocence, but because he is guilty.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They said that I was surrounded by Danton's friends, that his danger would eventually become my danger. Well, they did not succeed, for nothing will restrain me, and the number of criminals is not great. Only a few heads need to fall, and the country will be saved.
It strikes me that there are few in this assembly that are mortally afraid of the word blood. A few general observations might allow them to see that we are no more cruel than the natural world that we inhabit. Nature inexorably follows her laws. Man is naturally destroyed when he comes into conflict with them. A volcanic eruption, a fire, a flood, an epidemic. Each of these can bury thousands, but what is the result? An almost imperceptible change in the contours that surround us, which would pass without notice, if it were not for a few scattered corpses left almost as an afterthought. Now let me ask you, what does it matter if one dies of an epidemic or a revolution? Yes! Mankind's advances come slowly. One counts them in centuries, each footstep concealing the graves of generations. But now, with history moving faster than ever, is it not to be expected that many men will find themselves at the side of the road, gasping for their last breath?
Of course it's expected.
In 4 years, we have accomplished the work of a century.
Yeah.
Look around you! The great flood of the revolution has tossed up its dead at every bend and turn. Are we now to be held back by a few hundred more corpses? Oh. Moses led his people through the Red Sea and into the wilderness until a whole corrupt generation had died out. Yes! We do not have the Red Sea or the wilderness to aid us, but what we do have is equally as efficient war and the guillotine. Yeah. Now we must cut
humanity to pieces in order to make it young again, and humanity will emerge from this cauldron of blood, strong and invigorated, as if newly created.
Come on, Payne. Cheer me up with one of your syllogisms. Come in, Anaxagoras. I'll take you through your catechism. God does not exist because either God did or did not create the world. And if he omitted creating the world, well, then the world is its own first principle. And God cannot exist because God can only be God if he is the first principle of all existence. Now, we prove that God could not have created the world, for the creation must either be eternal, like God, or have a definite point of beginning. If it had a beginning, well, then God must have created it at a certain point of time, which means God, after an eternity of doing nothing, suddenly sprang into action, which means he must have suffered. He must have suffered a change in his own nature and made himself subject to the concept of time. And of course, both time and change are concepts directly in opposition to the idea of God. So, God cannot have created the world. And since we know that the world exists, thus must have its origins either in itself or something else which is not God, it therefore follows that there is no God. Quote, Eric. Demonstrate.
Daylight again. Thank you, dude.
But wait just a minute, Payne. What if creation is eternal?
Then it is no longer creation. Nothing new, really, just an attribute of God.
No, but there must be a reason for it all.
You take the world to be perfect?
No.
Then how can you expect an imperfect result stemming from a perfect creation? I mean, why would God want to create? If all he can do is create imperfect objects, wouldn't it be more sensible for him to just leave things alone? Men, it seems, have an inexhaustible need to prove that they are the sons of God. Well, personally, I prefer having a father of much humbler origin. Then I couldn't complain that he brought me up below my station in this pigsty of a world. You do away with imperfections and you've got a chance at proving the existence of God. Spinoza, he tried it. One can deny evil, but never pain. Pain. My dear Anaxagoras, pain. Only reason supports the idea of God. Feeling. Feeling rebels against it. Pain. My dear Anaxagoras, that is the rock and foundation of atheism. The least flicker of pain is enough to split the curtain of creation from top to bottom.
Okay, thank you! Gentlemen!
No, I'm eternally grateful.
Oh, somehow I don't think he's convinced. Before it's all over, he'll have himself circumcised, given extreme unction, and have his toes set towards Mecca, thus leaving no pathway unexplored.
Good morning. I wonder how you slept, but how will you sleep?
Oh, I plan to go to bed laughing.
He's an evil genius. Dared to write about the revolution, but she turned out to be too strong for him.
His death will be as great a catastrophe as his life.
I didn't expect to see you here so soon.
Oh, I'd rather die of a stroke than a long illness.
Weren't you warned?
Yes. But the final truth of it was, I never thought they'd dare.
You're drowning in the blood of the 22s around me.
What you try to do for the good of your country, I try to do for mine. Though my luck did not hold. My mind does. To hell with them. I won't stumble as I climb the scaffold.
We are like the priests who have prayed too long to dying, and now we have caught their fatal disease.
My friends, I want to apologize. I'm sorry our efforts proved to be so useless. It's clear to me now that I'm going to the scaffold because I saw a few poor wretches suffer and allowed myself a few too many tears.
Citizen, your name.
The revolution has given me my name and placed it in the pantheon of history. As for my dwelling place, soon it will be the void.
Danton, this convention charges you with conspiring with Mirabeau, Demores, Orleans, and also with Girondists, foreign agents, and the faction of Louis XVII.
This voice that cried out so often for the people will not find it difficult to refute this grotesque slander. Why not let the subhuman malignancies that wrongfully accuse me step forward so that I could heap equal shame on them? Ooh, and while you're at it, call the committee themselves to this tribunal, since they are both my accusers and my witnesses. I will answer only to them, for as long as the mood is with me. Because when it comes down to the final truth of it, what does your little verdict matter to me? As I told you, my home will soon be the void, and life is increasingly becoming a burden I would just soon be rid of. So tear it from me, if you wish.
Danton, audacity is the mark of the criminal, calmness that of the innocent.
It is this audacity that I am most proud of. The audacity with which I fought for freedom, with which I face these pathetic accusations. Calm. You expect calmness from me. Look at me! I am a revolutionary! Men like me are more precious than gold amidst the fury of revolution. The genius of liberty shines from our brows. So as I stand here now wrongfully accused and slandered, you should expect nothing less in return from me but the force of the revolution. I am accused of conspiracy and groveling at the feet of despots, and I will answer these charges before the inflexible face of justice. But you, Son Just, you vile miscreant, you will have to answer to posterity for your lies!
I advise you to answer calmly, Danton. Remember Murat's example, he approached his judges with awe.
You lay your hands upon my life, and now I will rise up and meet you face to face! I will bury you in the weight of my accomplishments! I declared war on the monarchy on the Champ de Mars! On the 10th of August, I attacked it! On the 21st of January, I killed it! And before all the despots of Europe, I threw down as my gauntlet the bloody head of a king! My being trembles in horror before this shameful document. Who are these men that accuse me? Are they some privileged beings from which Danton was forced to borrow his strength? Were they with him on the 10th of August, storming the Tuileries? I demand that they step before me now, so that I may unmask them and reveal their true reptilian features and drive them back to their homes, the crevasse of darkness! The voice of a man defending his honor and his life will always be louder than your little bell. In September, I fed the young brood of the revolution delicate tidbits of aristocratic flesh, and from the gold and treasury of the aristocracy, my voice formed weapons used to annihilate them. My voice! Was a hurricane that raised wave after wave of bayonets, drowning the lackeys and dogs of the desperate.
But your voice is cracked now, Danton. You're overwrought. So take a rest. You can conclude your defense at the next meeting in Sessions Court.
And now you know, Danton! Soon he will be asleep in the arms of glory!
I love your roar, Danton. If you had managed this earlier, we might not be in the state we find ourselves in now.
It's the smell of death that's made him howl. If only he'd overpower you at once, though. Really rip the life from you. Instead, it's more like being married to an old woman. Oh, yes. First, articles must be drawn up, documents signed, witnesses called, and then she climbs into bed with you, with a freezing body pressing up against your...
If only it were tooth and nail, my friend. But it seems I have fallen into a mill. My arms and legs being slowly ground to pieces. I am being killed by a cold mechanical power.
And then to lie there deep in the bed of putrefaction. Perhaps death will torture us.
Calm yourself, friends. Think of the autumn crocus. It bears no seed till the winter is over.
Oh, as for me, I'm tired of sitting around on school benches waiting for something to happen. My axe is as sore as a baboon's.
Then what do you want, Danton?
Peace.
Peace is in God.
Peace is nothingness. And if the ultimate peace is God, then God must be nothingness. However, I am an atheist. There's that damned argument. Something cannot become nothing. It's all packed and swarming. The void has been annihilated. Creation is its wound. We are its drops of blood. And the earth, the grave in which it rots.
Nothingness is death. But nothingness is impossible. Oh, never more to die. So the song goes?
We're all buried alive like pharaohs under 3, 4 layers of coffins. The sky, our houses, our shirts and coats. We scratched the lid for 50 years or more. Our only hope is annihilation, but we know there is no hope in death. Its only grace is as a less complicated form of decay than life. But it seems I have grown used to that slower form of disintegration. How will I adjust to the other one, I wonder? Oh, Julie. To die without you? How can I leave you behind? Even if I were to fall to pieces, to become utterly dissolved and scattered, I would become a handful of tormented dust, each atom striving to return to you. For the only true rest is with you. No! I cannot die. We must shout and rage to the very end, my friends. I will force them to wring the last drop of blood from me.
Prisoners have appealed to the people because of the refusal to allow witnesses to appear. The emotion was indescribable. Danton did his Jupiter routine, roaring about his blocks.
To make it easier for the executioner Samson to grasp hold of me.
I think we better keep out of sight. The fishwives and ragpickers might find us less imposing than the sight of the hero they just whittled.
To hell with them. The people seem to have an insatiable need to be crushed. They love the insolence. Danton's face has more arrogance inscribed in it than a dozen coats.
Danton has become the reincarnation of Siegfried. The blood of the September massacre seems to have made him invulnerable. What does Robespierre say?
Nothing. Although he always seems to be on the verge of uttering something profound. We must get this over with. The jury must announce that they've heard enough and then close the debate.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Then they must be destroyed, even if it takes doing it with our own hands. Dare. Danton taught us to use that word, didn't he? Dares! So let's take him up on it so his life shall not have been in vain. Revolution won't trip over their bodies, but mark my words, if Danton survives, it'll only be a matter of time before he rips off Liberty's dress and takes his pleasure with her in the gutter.
There are prisoners dying in the Septellerie. They're desperate for a doctor.
Let them. Well, it'll make less work for the executioner.
And some of the women are pregnant.
Perfect. Then there will be no need for baby coffins.
Possibly a little medicine.
At this point, medicine would be counter-revolutionary. One thing does worry me, though. The guillotine is beginning to play for laughs. The people aren't as afraid of it as they used to be. I think we need to be more careful with our jokes.
The convention must see to it that the tribunal continues its hearings without further interruptions, and any prisoner who creates a disturbance or acts in contempt of the court must be forcibly excluded.
You have the true revolutionary's instinct for the appropriate tactic. It all sounds so moderate and logical. The beauty of it is that it's designed to finish Danton off, and as we all know, sooner or later, he'll lose control.
Counting support. And those in the convention who are as diseased as Danton and who fear the same cure, their courage is returned, and soon they are sure to start screaming about unconstitutional procedures.
Ghosts. The majesty of the people will appear to you in thunder and lightning, like Jupiter to Semele, turning them to ash. Go, Sanjus, go, and rest assured that we will help you hurl your thunderbolts down upon the cowards' heads.
voting for syphilis. They're not fighting the moderates any longer. Now they're fighting vice.
Up until now, we've done nothing but agree.
Robespierre wants to turn the revolution into a lecture hall on morality, the guillotine into his pulpit. But where does it end? How many men are we allowed to murder? How many barley corns make up a pile? 1, 2,000. Come, my conscience, little chicken, how many do you need to eat today? You chicken. Gobble your food.
The Republic is asleep and in great danger of being assassinated. Now we shall appeal to the people. We have important information to bring forth. I will withdraw into the citadel of reason and blast my enemies to pieces with the artillery of truth. In the name of the Republic!
The convention decrees the following. In consideration of the fact that there are signs of mutiny within the prisons, that the wives of Danton and Camille have been throwing money to the people, that General Dillon is plotting to escape and place himself at the head of the insurgents, and lastly, in consideration of the fact that the accused have gone out of their way not only to create disturbances, but have also openly defied and insulted the tribunal. Oh, come on! Well, in consideration of all of this evidence, the tribunal is now compelled to continue its investigations without any interruptions and exclude from the proceedings all those unable to show proper respect for the law.
They want to murder my wife! I turn to all of you present. Have any of us spoken in contempt of the tribunal?
No!
The people?
No!
Or the convention?
No!
Someday the truth will be known. A great disaster is overwhelming France. It has become a dictatorship. It has torn off its veil, and with its head held high, it tramples over corpses. Paris has become a butcher block. Politics being played out with human flesh. The pyramids built by our pharaohs were created with the heads of men. Soon they will use me as one of their building blocks.
No, we won't let them!
There they are! The cowards, the ravens, the murderers that inhabit the Committee of Public Safety. Every word they speak is the death rattle of a victim. I accuse Robespierre, Saint-Just, and all their wretched hangmen of high treason. They are choking this country in blood. The ruts of the tumbrils are the veins through which foreign armies will infiltrate and destroy the heart of France. How much longer, I ask you, must the footsteps of liberty be graves? You, citizens Listen, yes, you beg for bread, and they feed you the heads of men. You, my friend, you are thirsty, and they force you, and you, and you, and all of you to lick the blood off the steps of the guillotine. Down with the liberty!
And his lovely clothes, and his fine house, and his beautiful wife. Oh, he bathes in burgundy, and he sucks truffles off silver platters. No, then when he's good and drunk, oh, he has his fun with your wives and your daughters.
He's lying.
And this man was once as poor as you and me. So tell us, Danton, where did all this bounty and pleasure suddenly come from? From the gods! Blessing his selfless work for friends. Mad. Let me tell you how he happened upon all his good fortune.
Tell us.
It was the foreigners who let him steal and plunder and win. It was the foreigners who said, oh, give us the people, Danton, you can do it, so please, give us the people, Danton, and you'll have a life of ease. And look at Robespierre. What does he own but the threads on his back? Look at Robespierre. What does he possess but his wounded heart, torn and bleeding, lacerated by his love of friends? Yes, you all know him. Yes, long live Robespierre! Down with Danton!
I'm becoming disgusted with myself here. Look how fast my hair and nails are growing. Be more careful. You sneezed directly into my face before. Oh, you stepped on my feet a while back. My corns resented highly. Well, you've certainly got more than a few lice keeping you company. I can live with them. It's the worms I'm worried about. Well, in any case, then. But please don't take more than your share of the shroud. It's cold down here in this grave.
Tomorrow, Camille, will be nothing but a worn-out pair of shoes, being thrown into the lap of that old bitch beggar of a woman, the earth. See? Calm yourself, boy.
They won't be able to touch her, Danton. I've thought it through carefully. They won't be able to lay their hands on her. The light of her beauty would burn them. And the earth, it wouldn't dare cover her. It would form an ark over her to protect her. Crystals would spring up like flowers around her limbs. And the sacred streams of the earth would murmur to her as she slept.
Sleep now, Camille.
Tell me, Danton. Tell me the secret thing that you know. It's a vile and useless thing to die, isn't it? When the time comes, my eyes will be open. One last bright look at it all.
No need to worry, my friend. It's not the executioner's job to close the eyelids.
See him? Your kisses explode like dreams, like
galaxies upon my lips. I shall close my eyes and enter them, one after the other. Yes. Yes. Sleep now, Camille. Sleep peacefully. Will the clock ever stop? Every tick, pushing the walls in closer around me. Soon to be as narrow as a coffin in here. There's a story like that I read once as a child. Made my hair stand on end. What a waste of time it all was. How as a child they loved you, clothe you, fatten you up, only to provide employment for the gravedigger, it seems. I believe I'm beginning to stink already. Poor old, dear old wretched body. I'm going to hold my nose and pretend that you are a beautiful woman. Keep this away from dancing all night. Then I'm going to pull you in close and whisper compliments into your ear. Oh, we had some times, didn't we? The two of us. Tomorrow you'll be nothing. Broken fiddle, your tunes all played out, an empty bottle of wine all sucked out. A worn out pair of pants, being feasted on by the moths. Dying is a miserable experience. For animals, a logical finale, but for man, well, the most illogical distortion. And why does it have to mimic birth? Dying, we are as helpless and naked as newborns, wrapped in a winding sheet instead of swaddling cloth. What comfort is there in that? We probably whimper and howl in the grave just as we did in the cradle. You? He's sleeping. There's a dream beneath his lashes. I won't be going alone. I have you to thank for that, Julie. Still, I would have liked to have died effortlessly. Like the light of a star falling into the sea. The stars this evening seem to be searing the night like tears. There must be a great grief in the eyes that shed. Oh, it's you! Oh, Rick! Talk to me, speak with me! Sweating and shivering, man, what's going on? The bolts of heaven fell upon me, Dalton! It fell from the moon! The moon itself, a moon of ice, upon me, crushing me! saw was the lamp glowing on the ceiling. It doesn't take much for a man to lose his senses. It was madness that suddenly had me by the hair. There'll be no more sleep for me tonight. Life's a whore, you know. She's fucking the entire world.
Camille. Camille. You look so funny, Camille. Dressed in that long coat and that iron mask on your face. You have no arms and you can't move, can you, Camille? Shall I sing to you? Two stars in the sky, brighter than any moon. One shines through my lover's window, one at his chamber door. Come up the stairs now, my love, they're all asleep. Shh. Don't wake. The moon's been keeping me company in your absence. Come, let's outsmart the world together. But I'm afraid you won't be able to fit through the door in those awful clothes of yours. It's no longer funny, Camille, the joke's too cruel. Why won't you say something? People are saying that you must die. I laugh in their faces. Die! What could it mean? I must get it, hold it, touch it in order to understand it. There it is now. I must catch it. Come, my love, come, help me catch it!
Lucille! Lucille. You're all quiet now, LaCroix.
Still and quiet as death.
There was madness in her eyes. She's not the first to have gone mad. These days it's hopeless. We can wash our hands and our faces, but not our minds, leaving things in a terrible mess, it seems. And any one of them has any real sense how to govern. I give our friend Robespierre less than 6 months before he follows us. Reason has betrayed us. The happiest man is the one who imagines himself the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
I can't wait to hear those idiots cry out, "Long live the Republic," as we pass by.
Oh, what does it matter? The flood of the revolution will toss our bloated bodies whichever way it likes. But our bones will still be dangerous. Our fossilized bones. People will pick them up and begin smashing in the heads of tyrants. What a lovely child she made for madness. Why must I now leave? We could have held it together, laughing with it, playing with it, cherishing it. Oh, when history gets around to prying open our tombs, the stench of our corpses may be potent enough to choke a few despots.
We stink enough when we live, Don. We stink up a storm. The rest is for posterity. And I could really care less about them.
We're all rogues and angels. Idiots and geniuses all thrown together in the same body. There'll be no more false smiles from me now. No rouge on the cheeks, fine accents, or noble phrases. No.
Let's rip off the masks, shall we? And stand naked in this room of mirrors, looking at the other, and upon each of our shoulders, I clearly see the classic head of the fool.
Yes, Camille, let's all sit down. Let's scream like hell together. It's vain and it's stupid to remain tight-lipped when you're suffering so much pain. I mean, the Greeks and their gods cried out, didn't they?
What does it matter what our last parade is like? Shall we cover our sacred parts in laurel and fig leaves, rosary beads and roses? Or finally, just let the ugly thing hang out, waiting for the dogs to take a lick?
Friends, be assured. We don't have to soar too high above the earth's contours in order to experience other harmonies. Far more brilliant than the discord of our lives.
The world is chaos. Nothingness is the world God waiting to be born.
Gentlemen, you may be pleased to know that your carriages are at the door.
Good night, my friends. Let us now quietly pull that great cover over us, the one that silences all.
Oh, calm down, Camille. You fight back for it.
Oh, we'll just look over there at the clouds. There's still some red in the sky. It looks like Olympus, doesn't it? The lonely shapes of the dying gods.
It's all so silent now, with the sun down. Earth's features have changed now. Her face so calm and beautiful, grave as a dying woman's. She drifts like a corpse down the river of space. Is there no arm to pull her from the water, to kiss her and bury her? I must not leave them waiting, even for a moment. Get out of my way! Get out of my way! My children are hungry, and the only way I can keep them quiet is letting them watch! Get out of my way! Hey, Danton, now you can pump away to your heart's content at the word!
I'm gonna have a wig made from your pretty hair.
I'm afraid what I have, madam, it would not be sufficient to cover your mound of feet.
You damn bitches! You just wait till the mountain falls on you, then you really have something to scream about!
But first on you, sweetie. First on top of you.
Calm down, Camille. We'll shelter yourself, boys. Gentlemen, it seems to be that we've been invited to a classical feast. Well, permit me, if you will, to serve myself up first. But as a prelude, of course, I must sprinkle a little blood as a libation. That's you, Johnson.
You kill us on the day that you lose your minds. But as soon as you get them back, you will kill them. Well, these tyrants will trip over our graves to break their filthy necks. The pompous ass. He thinks that his rotting body is going to serve as a compost heap for freedom.
I forgive you all, and hope that your final hour will be no darker than mine.
Oh, I knew it. At the last minute, he couldn't resist tearing open his shirt to bare his heart.
Goodbye, Danton. I'm dying twice over, it seems.
Goodbye, my friend. The guillotine is the most profound of doctrines.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm not embarrassed to see you facing me. I seem to have run completely out of jokes.
No. Do you really think you can be crueler than death? Do you really expect to prevent our heads from kissing there in the basket? Show my head to the people. It'll be well worth the effort.
I think I'm beginning to understand. To grasp it. Death. Death. To die. But everything has a right to live. Everything lives. That little bird there. That fly, even. He and me. Not one drop can be stolen from the sacred stream of life, or the earth itself would be wounded. Everything moves and must continue to move. Clocks tick, bells ring, water runs and falls. Oh, no, no. It cannot happen. I'll sit on the ground and scream it all to a standstill. I'll fill the world with fear and thus prevent. It's no good. It's all visible. The houses, the clouds, the streets, the wind blowing, all bent on death. I suppose we must just bear it.
A handsome man, that corrupt.
I remember when I first saw him, it was
by the guillotine. Kind of a foretelling, I call it.
Yes. I've always believed it to be very informative to see people in all kinds of circumstances, on their good and bad days. That's why I think it's so nice that they've made dying so public nowadays.
Look at me. Where shall I look for you now?
I go home, do go home, drunk, and the moon's warm glow.
Hey. Get back down.
In a minute. And my father meets me, standing at the door. Son, where have you been? Out with your whore once more, he asks, basking with your whore once more, under the moon's warm glow.
May I sit in your lap? O dark and silent angel of death. Behold, death, my name, death, my name, his power from thee, almighty came, his dark flame from God it came, down upon us. Sweet cradleman, lulled my Camille to sleep, you smothered him under your roses, and with your bells and sweet talk sang him his final song. There is a reaper, his name is death, his power from Almighty God he hath, from Almighty God he hath his power, his